Good afternoon. Thank you all very much for joining us for this virtual National Infrastructure Stakeholder Summit, which is the last of our 5 regional summits of my NGA Chairs Initiative. I launched our initiative, which is focused on rebuilding America's infrastructure, last July in Salt Lake City when I became chairman. And in August, Massachusetts Governor Charlie Baker hosted us in Boston to discuss innovative ways to reduce traffic congestion. In September, we completed a 3-city fact-finding mission in Australia. We were hosted by Michigan Governor Gretchen Whitmer in October, where we talked about protecting America's critical infrastructure. This January, Governor Gavin Newsom hosted us in San Francisco for a discussion on eliminating red tape and smart technologies. And we were very much looking forward to getting together in person for this discussion in Phoenix, Arizona. I can tell you that after our winter meeting in Washington back in February, the world has changed, and it's been 138 days since that meeting. Our focus as governors has shifted to the COVID-19 global pandemic and our response. This crisis has not only taken a terrible toll on our communities and our economy, but it's also forced all of us to change the way we look at how we do business. And I think it's shown more than ever the vital role of the NGA and the important role of America's governors, who I believe have really stepped up and led throughout this crisis. And I'm very proud to have been able to lead this group during this critical time. And I'm really proud of all of my colleagues all across the country on both sides of the aisle who've done an amazing job. Since our NGA's first briefing by the virus leaders at our winter meeting, by the federal leaders on this, I've had the honor of leading 36 calls with all of my colleagues in states all across the country, including 24 of them with the president and or vice president and key members of the cabinet, not to mention countless other communications individually and with groups of my colleagues. And we've all been battling this crisis. I can tell you I've never been more proud of our governors across America. But even though we've been focused on responding to this global pandemic, it in no way has diminished the importance of the topic that we're here to discuss today. So I want to thank Executive Director Bill McBride and his team for organizing this first ever NGA virtual summit. I want to especially thank Arizona Governor Doug Ducey, who is virtually hosting us in Phoenix, and thank all of the other governors who are participating today, along with our panelists, our sponsors, and our guests. As Arizona, Maryland, and every other state is taking steps to safely reopen our economies and put people back to work, I think it's especially critical for us to be highlighting the importance of investing in infrastructure to help stimulate the economy, to create jobs, and to ensure a sustainable recovery. Both governors on both sides of the aisle are calling for more investment in traditional infrastructure systems like roads, bridges, and transit, as well as in our energy infrastructure, water, broadband, cybersecurity, and others. And these investments really can help put people back to work immediately and help our long-term economic recovery by ensuring that America has the best infrastructure in the world to support our businesses and to support our economic growth. So for nearly a year now, I've been joining with governors across America to bring more focus to the importance of infrastructure and to the role of the governors in innovating and planning for the infrastructure of the future. My chair's initiative, Infrastructure Foundation for Success, is focused on 4 key pillars: relieving congestion to boost economic competitiveness, protecting America's critical infrastructure, eliminating red tape and integrating smart technology, and leveraging private sector investments. And for each of these topics, we've been hosting roundtables and summits to get input, gain insight, and to identify some actions that governors and Washington can take. And so while COVID-19 has certainly dominated the focus of the governor's attention across America in recent months, we have not lost sight of the importance of modern, well-functioning infrastructure to support jobs and a quality of life as we recover from this pandemic.